Hello, students. So we are jumping into the first step here of designing a little bobblehead. So you can see here we have a really intricate design here, which is awesome, but we are not going to get all this detail right away. We want to just get some basic shapes going first and like the general idea. So imagine we're making something out of clay. You don't put all the details in there, all the spine stuff before you kind of mold it into make it the shape, right? If you're playing with Play-Doh or clay or anything like that. So we're going to get something more like this first if you're trying to do a normal human head, something that's roughed out and got some general shapes like that. So let's start a fresh one and I'll walk you through the first steps here. So when you first open this up, you are going to just have a sphere like this. And you might be tempted to start playing around with that and just start trying out these tools and having some fun and stuff. And that's fine. But once you really get into this, let's start off by trying this tool called Move. And right off the back, you'll notice that everything happens on one side also happens on the other side because we have this symmetrical tool on right now. So everything is symmetrical from left to right. And with this move tool, I'm just going to start pulling on things and kind of making things bigger. So that's like the jaw of this head. I'm kind of making it stick out a little bit. And we're just pulling and pulling and pulling and making things. I'm zooming out. So how I am, a couple quick tips here. I have a mouse and I'm using the right click to click and drag, which allows me to rotate my view really easily here. And then I am continuing to change the view as I go so that I can really see, what I really have here. It's kind of hard to see what I got if I'm not looking at it from different angles here. So we got something going there. I'll give it a kind of a little bit of a nose there also. And we need a little bit more of a forehead up here. All right. You're just kind of giving it some general shapes. Notice I'm doing small little movements. I'm not dragging things like this. That is not going to be working out very well for us. So take it nice and slow. And we'll start coming here at the back of the head here and start moving some stuff in a little bit. Because, people's heads and all sorts of critter heads aren't really as spherical as you might think. So if you're getting the hang of it here, you can kind of tell the basics here of what I'm doing. And then, if you want to try out some other tools, you're welcome to right now. Start moving some things around. I would not get into the detail tools yet. I've been using Move right now so far. Another one is Drag that sometimes is useful for people. It's very similar to Move. And right now I'm moving, notice the size of my tool, the size of my paintbrush is very large. I'm really moving a lot of things around to kind of get the shape I want. And if it's kind of going off the screen here and you're not really seeing like the front, what you need to do is move your mouse around and zoom out, and then notice I moved the mouse over there. Now I'm going to come back over here and I got to keep moving thing, and you just kind of play around with it and you go back and forth until you kind of get zoom out over there, zoom in over here, and they'll start to move to where you need it to be there. All right. And once you kind of get the shape there, you're going to have a nice start to your design. And that is where I would start for most of you. And once you get a nice little design going there, if you want to do a little bit more fine details there, you can play with the radius tool, and you can make it a little bit smaller there. And that allows you to do a little bit more fine detail if you're looking for a little bit smaller control. Remember, I'm doing small little movements. It's lots of tiny little clicks, not big movements like that. That is not going to be what we want. All right, and you're going to have to undo some things if you do that. And remember, undo is Control Z. All right, so that's it for the first video here. Start getting the rough shape of the head that you want. And again, the tools I used right there for doing that, one more time, is move and drag. And you might want to play around a little bit with the size of the radius here. So you can play around with the size of your tool. All right, enjoy. See you soon.